Good morning, beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for sharing tea with me, Dr. C. Did you share that link right there? And also ask your friends to subscribe? And did you subscribe? All right. And shoot me a comment, would you? I love hearing from you. Now, before we start, grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea, but come right back, okay?
Welcome to Sharing Tea with Dr. C, a podcast where women come together in a warm embrace to sip, share, and celebrate the connections that truly matter in life, finance, and planning. So pour yourself a comforting cup of tea, snuggle into your coziest spot, listen as you work or travel, and join us as we explore the heart of life's most meaningful connections. Let's step into some wisdom together. This is Sharing Tea with Dr. C.
Before we begin, let's just have a moment of prayer. Lord, please help us to recognize when resentment starts to creep into our hearts and minds. Help us to recognize the destructive force it is. Amen. I'm all alone today, no company, but I certainly hope and trust that you get something out of our conversation today. You know what? I don't know about you, but I can experience a whole myriad of emotions just in one day. I could be sad, happy, anxious, feeling perplexed, all in the same day. How about you? But have you recognized when bitterness and resentment come knocking at your door? Let's examine what resentment looks like. When you feel you've been mistreated, wronged, or betrayed in some way, resentment may begin to just creep right on into your heart. We start experiencing all kinds of emotions: anger, bitterness, disappointment. Resentment can take root in intimate relationships, your professional relationships, as well as with members of your own family. When does resentment come alive and rear its ugly head? Well, being mistreated or overlooked, being taken advantage of by others, being ignored, or feeling like you just don't fit in. Maintaining relationships with those who feel their ways and needs are more important than yours. And interacting with those who step all over your authority. When resentment takes up residence in your mind and spirit, you may experience bitterness, hostility, anger, even hate. Then, over a longer period of time, you might experience mental, physical, and health challenges. Resentment can suck the happiness right on out of you and make you just bitter and an angry person. I have a confession to make. I experienced resentment when my husband of 50 years was diagnosed with Lewy body dementia. Now, first he was diagnosed with Parkinson's. And how many of you know you can live a long time with Parkinson's? But Lewy body dementia, that's a cruel and devastating disease. So initially, the memory starts going. And so for the first 15 minutes, we can laugh, talk about something that happened the previous week. He's fine. Then an hour later, he doesn't even remember what we talked about. Not at all. Then as the stages progress, his walking is just very challenging. The physical appearance of him is very, very off. And now he's cussing. How many of you know Pastor Bishop did not cuss? Now, when he was unsaved, that's a different story. But trust me, he did not cuss. Now, all of a sudden, he's cussing, he's combative, he's arguing. Oh my God, he was I couldn't believe it. And he was stubborn. Well, he was already stubborn, but not that stubborn, okay? It was just devastating to watch a good man, my husband of 50 years, pastor and bishop of almost 33 years, a wonderful father, a wonderful grandfather, great friend. Compassionate, funny, smart. Yeah, we had our challenges, but overall, it was a terrific marriage. And to just watch it just disintegrate before your very eyes. Now, I got to tell you, I was bitter. Yes, I sure was. And you know what? I was very upset with God. I sure was. And, because I really expected that we would move here and we would have all this time to travel even more. Thank God we did some traveling before his illness. But I thought we were just going to be, telling our kids, we're not here next week. We're not here, I really did. And to see that just go down the drain, to watch him it was devastating. So yeah, I was resentful. Let's just say it aloud. Yes, I was. And I had a beef to pick with God, because I'm looking at all these evil people out there. I'm not wishing they had Lewy body dementia, but I'm saying, God, why does my husband have to have it? A good man, a wonderful man. He would really give his shirt off his back to anyone. So, that was where the bitterness came in. I had to take a breath on that. But you know what? My next episode, I'm going to tell you how I overcame resentment, okay? But before we go, let me allow me, please, to leave you with 3 takeaways. Number 1, anger, bitterness, and disappointment can open the door of your heart to resentment. Number 2, resentment can take root in your professional as well as your personal relationships. And number 3, resentment can suck out all of your happiness and contentment. All right, beautiful ladies, thank you so much for sharing tea with me today. and sharing that link with your friends, and remind them to subscribe, okay? One of my daughters had been watching for so long. Then she said, oops, Mom, I forgot to subscribe. So please subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And I love your comments, okay? Or also, give me a topic you want to hear about. Come on now. Come on. I would love it. So now I can't wait to tell you the end of this and how to let resentment go in a few weeks. All right. Bye-bye. I love you.